Hi viewers, this is Keelpudur from Vidhyalakshmi Matriculation Higher Secondary School. Today we are going to learn about that transportation in animals and plants for class 7 students. What are the contents we are seeing in this topic means now? First one we are going to see about each and every chapter we are going to before itself we should know that introduction, we can give that introduction, then circulatory system, then excretion and transportation in plants. These are the contents we are going to see in this topic. Before that, we should know the introduction of the topic. First, what is meant by transportation? The word transportation. Generally, transportation is nothing but we know that we are moving from one place to other place. That is called transportation. These transportation we are using in human beings. That means animals or living things. The substance move in our body itself from one place to other place. By which process? That one we are going to see in this topic. First, circulatory system. What is mean circulatory system? Circulatory system, what does it mean? No? In human beings, we are using that digestive food, we are getting the nutrients, minerals, water, while respiration, we are getting oxygen and given out carbon dioxide, that are all we are doing that. So, we are transport from one part to other part by using that organ system, that system called as circulatory system. So, here circulatory system nothing but in human beings digested food, water and oxygen are transported to all parts of the body. Then waste products also transported from all parts of the body to be removed from the body. So, we are going to see that what are the parts involved in that circulatory system. First one, heart, blood vessels and blood. Okay, these are all important parts involved in circulatory system, heart, blood vessels and blood. So, this is the diagram of that heart, human heart. So, we should, before itself we should know that what are the components present in the blood. First one, blood. What is mean blood? It's a red color fluid present in our body. We know that. Why it is in red color? What are the components present in the blood? That only we are going to see that. So, 4 components present in the blood. One is plasma, red blood cells. Next one is white blood cells. Next one is platelets. So, red blood cells, what is meaning? Shortly we can say that RBC. White blood cells we can say WBC. The next one is platelets. First we are going to see about the red blood cells. So, red blood cells already I told that RBC. So, RBC contain what is that? No? Hemoglobin. Already we know this word hemoglobin. It's a red pigment present in our blood. It only gives a red color to the blood. Then only the blood looks red color. Then what is the function of this hemoglobin means? No, it only carries the oxygen to all parts of the body by through the red blood cells. This is an important function of hemoglobin present in red blood cells. The next one is what is that? No, white blood cells. White blood cells, what is the function of these white blood cells? It's shortly can called as WBC. So, these white blood cells fight against germs. Then it is protect our body from diseases. That is an important function of white blood cells. The next one is what is it? No, platelets. This is also very important. While you are going to anywhere or especially during that PT period, while we are getting hurt, anything means we can fall down, anything means what happened? No, suddenly your skin scratches means no, we can get blood. The blood bleed from our skin. That only happens. Suddenly the blood also clot. So, these platelets only doing that function to clot the blood, to stop the bleeding. That is the function of the platelets. Then another one thing important I want to say that, one thing what is the plasma. It is an important part of the blood, another important part of the plant. It only the fluid part of the blood. So, it is a star yellow colored fluid, 55% covered in that blood. That is called plasma. Example I told that. While you are drinking that soup means no, the white liquid no, that is called as here plasma. Then in that soup we have that some vegetable parts and all that no, that only called as that like this red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets and all. Okay, yeah. So that only consider that blood. These are the important components present in the blood. What are the components present in the blood means no? 4 important components present in the blood: plasma, white blood cells, red blood cells and platelets. What is the red pigment present in the blood? That is called as hemoglobin. These only gives red color to the blood. Important that also that it only carries the oxygen to all parts of the body. Another name for blood is called as carrier. We know that carrier. What is the carrier? Example, I told that while you are getting feel hungry means no suddenly nowadays whatever smart we are doing that. We are getting the food also by through the online by ordering by Swiggy. Example, I tell that Swiggy you can order the food. Suddenly the delivery boy come to home, deliver your food to the like that. Okay, the same as well as this blood is like a delivery boy. It only give us provide us to all parts of the body. That one give us oxygen, then energy also. So like a deliver. So blood is called otherwise called as carrier to all parts of the body. It only carries oxygen to all parts of the body. Okay, what are the components present in the blood? Plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. So these are the components present in the blood. Okay, so next this is an important part. So they given in the picture also that blood vessels, then red blood cells, then this is called as platelets, then this is plasma. I told that no star yellow colored fluid present in the blood, that is called as plasma. Then white blood cells. These white blood cells only fight against diseases. It prevent the body from diseases. So these are the important components present in the blood. Plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. How the blood will flow from one part to other part. We need one thing no to carry that. Okay. So the same as well as we can carry from one place to other place. No, we need one person or vehicle, anything. The same as well as the blood carries by through which part? That is called as blood vessels. Okay, blood vessels. There are three types of blood vessels. One is arteries, second one is veins, third one is capillaries. First one is arteries. It carries the oxygen rich blood, that means oxygenated blood from the heart to all parts of the body. It has thick walls also. The blood flows through that artery very high pressure also. So arteries, it carries oxygen rich blood from heart to all parts of the body. Then second one is what is that now? Veins. Veins carries deoxygenated blood. What's the deoxygenated blood? Is nothing but carbon dioxide rich blood. It carries from all parts of the body to the heart. Okay, that is the function of veins. Okay, they have thin walls. Okay, but artery has thick walls, but veins has thin walls. Then third one is very important. Another one, it only joins arteries and veins. This also a thin blood vessels. It only connect the arteries and veins. Okay, like a connection, that one. Okay, so these three are called as blood vessels. Each only carry the blood from heart to all parts of the body, all parts of the body to the heart. Then it only connects the arteries and veins. So three parts: arteries, veins and capillaries. Okay, the next one is pulse rate. What's the pulse rate? Before itself we should know that what is a heartbeat. Okay, so the blood flows from the heart. We know that heart only pumps the blood and it will carry the blood to all parts of the body by through the blood vessels. So blood flows through which are the blood vessels? Arteries from high pressure causing the thrombing movements. Okay, that thrombing movements we can check in that by in the wrist of our hand. So that is called as pulse. So the number of pulse rate per minute, that is called as pulse rate. Okay, what is the pulse rate? The number of pulse beats per minute. Or minute ku vandu evlo pulse vandu beat avudhu adukku பேரு நாம என்ன சொல்றோம்? Pulse rate அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு சொல்றோம். So what is a norm or average pulse rate means per minute? No, 70 to 80 beats வரும். Okay, 70 to 80 beats. We can check in that wrist of our hand. Even that pulse rate here also, neck also will be there. Okay, the next one is the important part, that one is called as heart. Before itself I should explain, no. So heart, this is the structure of the heart. Heart has 4 chambers. How many chambers present at heart? 4 chambers. One is left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle. So 4 parts, 4 chambers in that heart. This heart only pumps the blood, and by through that blood vessels only it carries from heart to other parts of the body. Then I told that arteries, veins. Artery only carry the blood from heart to other parts of the body. Then all the parts, so veins carries from the blood to other parts of the body to heart. So this is the structure of the heart. So here we only collect that right lung and left lung. Why it is connected to the right lung? These lungs only give us the oxygen to that heart. Okay. So this is the other structure of that. So this is a human structure of that. Then you know that this is the blood cells. Then next one, blood vessels. Then this is a function. How that blood function from that lungs to heart. Okay. So see that the lungs carry the lungs while inhale that oxygen, the oxygen go inside that. It has higher pressure to that. So it goes by through that left atrium. It is low pressure. So it goes that pulmonary vein. By through the pulmonary only it goes to that left atrium. Then it carries that oxygen. Then it go to the by through the highest pressure to that body. Then this is called as capillaries. These capillaries only we know already. I told that it only connects that artery and veins. Then we can inhale whatever that oxygen only we take inside that body. Then carbon dioxide remove out by through that high pressure, that means right atrium, then go to that lungs. It connect the lungs, we can exhale from our body. This is another one thing, the same as well as the same. So the pulmonary veins carry that oxygen to that heart. Then by through the arteries only carries through the tissues. Then these tissues inhale that oxygen and exhale the carbon dioxide. By through the veins it carry again and reaches by through the pulmonary artery to the lungs. Then we can even out the carbon dioxide from our body. Then next one is heart. I told that before itself. So heart is an important organ which pumps blood to all parts of the body. What is the size of the heart? It is like a fist. Okay, நம்மளுடைய உள்ளங்கை அளவு தான் அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு சொல்லுவாங்க ஹார்ட்ன்றோட சைஸ். Okay, it has 4 chambers. Upper chambers called as atria, lower chambers called as ventricles. So middle part the heart has a partition in between. Because why they all partition in between? That means no, because it prevents the mixing up of the oxygen rich blood and carbon dioxide rich blood. ரெண்டு வந்து ஒண்ணா சேர கூடாதுன்றதுக்காக என்ன பண்ணிருப்பாங்கன்னா மிடில்ல வந்து பிரிவென்ட் பண்ணி அதாவது ஒரு பார்ட்டிஷன் வச்சிருப்பாங்க. That we called as. So left atrium, this is left ventricle, upper chambers called as atrium, lower chambers called as ventricle. So in between that what is no posterior vena cava, that means that don't. Next one is anterior, means the outer side, that means the inner side. This is this downwards, this is upwards, anterior vena cava, this is at inner that. Then outer that also there, posterior vena cava. So here right ventricle. So by through that left atrium and left ventricle only that oxygen rich blood carry out and carbon rich blood it will carry out by through the right atrium to given out to the lungs. By through the lungs only it is given out by that. Okay, this is structure of the heart. Then another one thing important while you are getting any, how can you test the heartbeat? Okay, we know that where is heart? In a left chest of that heart only present there. So the walls of the heart is made up of muscles only. So it is as contract and relaxation will be there, rhythmically producing sound that we can call it as heartbeat. Okay, how much heartbeat will be there means no, the heartbeat about 70 to 80 times per minute. ஒரு மினிட்க்கு வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா 70 ல இருந்து 80 minutes 80 times வந்து heart beat வந்து இதுவாகும். ஓகேவா, லேப்டாப்னு வந்து பீட் ஆகும் இல்லையா, அதுதான் வந்து heart beat அப்படினு சொல்லுவாங்க. Even that while are in the rest period. Okay, while are doing heavy exercises or more tension means no, that time the heartbeat faster than 80 times. 80 times க்கு அதிகமா வந்து துடிக்கும் அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு சொல்றாங்க. What is the instrument used to measure the heartbeat? While are going to any illness, no, you can go and consult your doctor. First they will check your heartbeat. By through which instrument? That instrument called as stethoscope. Okay, the stethoscope having that 2 earpieces, 1 chest piece. Yeah, these 2 earpieces where they are putting that ears in chest piece, they are check the heartbeat of that. Okay, they will check that the heartbeat per minute, how many minutes it will beat means no 70 to 80 times. That is that. Then next we are going to see important topic that is called as excretion. We know that how we are going inside our body means no, the same as well as we can given out waste உடம்புல இருந்தா நல்லா இருக்கும் இல்லையா, அது சோப் அது என்ன பண்ணலாம் இருக்காது இல்லையா. So அப்ப அத என்ன பண்ணனும் remove பண்ணனும் ஓகேயா அந்த சிஸ்டத்துக்கு பேர் என்ன சொல்றோம் excretory system சொல்வாங்க that process called as excretion. Excretion is nothing but removal of waste from our body or otherwise we can call as to get rid of waste from our body that we can call as excretion. What's the excretion? The removal of waste from our body that is called as excretion. This excretion done by excretory system. What is the system called as excretory system? This excretory system consists kidneys. We have two kidneys. We know the children. So ureters, then urinary bladder and urethra. So these are the parts in that excretory system. What are the parts involved in excretory system? Kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. Okay, this is the structure of the excretory system. So here we have the two kidneys. Then by through these tubes called as ureters. Then this is called as urinary bladder. By through the urethra only we can pass that waste from our body, that is urine. Okay, so the blood brings the waste products to the kidneys. The blood by through the artery and veins. The waste we can go through the kidneys. These kidneys carry that waste by through the ureters. It go and reach the urinary bladder. Then it will pass that urethra. You can remove the waste from our body as urine. So this is the excretory system. What are the parts involved in the excretory system? There are 4 parts involved: that kidneys, pair of kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. So these are the parts involved in the excretory system. What is the function of excretory system? It only removes the waste from our body. Example, we can remove the urine by using that urethra. This is a way that we can remove the waste from our body. Yeah. The next one is another topic. Next we are going to see about that. Before itself I told that transportation animals. Now we are going to see about transportation in plants. So plants also transport the substance from one part to other part, moving that. Okay. So by which part they will move? They will carry that. Okay. They also need food, water and minerals also to live. By through which part they will transfer from one part to other part? No. By through that vascular tissues. Vascular tissues. Tissues. What is the tissues means? No. The combination of cells. A group of cells. That is called as tissues. Tissues is basic cell, basic unit. Each and everybody having the basic unit that is called as cell. A group of cell we can call as tissues. Here we are using that vascular tissues. By through vascular tissues only plants transport food, minerals and water to all parts of the plant. Okay, body of the plant. So now these vascular tissues classified into 2 types. One is xylem tissue, another one is phloem tissue. So these xylem tissue, what it will do that? We know that before itself plants absorb the water by through which part? Root. In that root will be there, root hair will be there. So here root hair. Okay, by root hair only it will absorb the water from the soil. Then what happen means, no, there are 2 tissues I told that, xylem inside that, phloem outer side of that root hair. Okay, this is a system, root system of the plant. So what are the tissues present in that? Xylem, another one is phloem. What is the function of xylem? These xylem only transport water from the root to all parts of the plant. எல்லா பிளான்ட்ஸோட எல்லா பார்ட்ஸ்க்கும் என்ன பண்ணுதுன்னா வாட்டரை வந்து அப்சர்வ் பண்ணது இல்லையா ரூட்ஸ் அதை கேரி பண்ணிட்டு எல்லா பார்ட்ஸுக்கும் வந்து டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்றது இதோட ஃபங்க்ஷன் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா xylemோட ஃபங்க்ஷன். The next one is what is that? No, phloem. Phloem also doing that one function. These also involved in transportation. It will transport. வெறும் தண்ணி மட்டும் இருந்தா போதுமா? ஃபுட் வேணும் இல்ல? Which will prepare the food? Leaves only. No. So leaves only prepare the food by which process? Photosynthesis process. Already we know that we studied in before the lesson. Okay. So these phloem transport the food to all parts of the plant. From where? From leaves. Okay. So these 2 tissues involved in transportation in plants. What are the 2 tissues? What is that? Phloem and xylem. Xylem and phloem. These 2 tissues are called as vascular tissues. Xylem carries water to all parts of the plant. From where? From root. Phloem carries food from leaves to all parts of the plant. So these 2 called as transportation tissues present in the plants, otherwise called as vascular tissues. So next one is another important function present in plants. What is that? No, transpiration. We know that all the plants need to grow water. What is essential, important? Okay. So while I am pouring the water, the root absorb the water. These root absorb the water. Then water carries by which tissue? Xylem. They need to carry to all parts of the plant. So what happen means no. This transpiration will happen means no. It will given out excess water. நம்மளுக்கு தேவையான அளவு தண்ணி மட்டும் வச்சிட்டு என்ன பண்ணனும்? தேவையில்லாத unwanted. நம்ம எப்படி பாடியில வந்து எவ்வளவு தண்ணி இருந்தாலும் ஸ்வெட்டிங் மூலமா நம்ம வெளிய வேஸ்ட் வெளிய போயிடுது இல்லையா தேவையில்லாத வாட்டர் அந்த மாதிரி வந்து by urine also the same as well as what are the water need by the plants that only it will absorb, then excess water தேவையில்லாத தண்ணி என்ன பண்ணனும்னா it will given out by through the which part means no, by through the stomata. Where is present stomata? Already we know that a tiny pores present in the leaves, that is called as stomata. So it is present in stomata. So this process called as transpiration. The excess, the loss of excess water given out, that we can call as by through which part? Stomata. This process called as transpiration. So another one thing, what happen if you have that small plant means no, okay, whatever that big tall trees and all, what happen means no, evaporation. The evaporation water from the trees, from the leaves by using the suction pull. Okay, ரொம்ப ஹைட்டா இருக்கிற ட்ரீஸ்ல என்ன நடக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா எவாபரேஷன் நடக்கும். Water gets evaporated by through the leaves. This only happen in tall trees by suction pull. நல்லா உறிஞ்சி மேல என்ன பண்ணா evaporation by through the sunlight will happen. Excess of water given out. Okay, this process called as transpiration. So today we are going to learn what are the content we learned. First one thing, circulatory system. In circulatory system, we learn about that. What are the parts involved in the circulatory system? Heart, blood vessels and blood. The next one is what are the components present in the blood? 4 components present in the blood: plasma, white blood cells, red blood cells and platelets. Then what are the function of that? What is the red pigment present in the red blood cells? Hemoglobin. This hemoglobin only carries the oxygen and it will transport to all parts of the body by through the blood vessels. So what is the blood vessels? It only carries the blood from heart to all parts of the body and all the parts to heart. So there are 3 blood vessels. One is arteries, another one is veins, next one is capillaries. Arteries carries the blood from, that means oxygen rich blood from heart to all parts of the body. Veins carries carbon dioxide rich blood from all parts of the body to the heart. In capillaries, what is doing means no, it only join the arteries and veins. Arteries and veins connect பண்றது தான் எதுனா capillaries. It's a very thin blood vessels. Okay, then next one we are going to see that heart. Okay, we know that heart is a important organ. It only pumps the blood. Okay, then it only carries that oxygen to all parts of the body by through the blood. Next one is we are going to see that excretion. It has 4 chambers. What are the 4 chambers? Right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle and left ventricle. So 4 chambers. The next we are going to see that we said excretion. So what are the parts involved in excretion? Excretion nothing but the process of removal of waste from our body, that is called as excretion. By which system it will happen means by through excretory system. There are 4 parts involved in excretory system: kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. So these are 4 parts involved in excretion. By using that these excretion process only we can remove the waste from our body. Then finally we saw transportation, then transpiration also. What are the 2 tissues present in our plant? Vascular tissue is called as xylem, phloem. Xylem carries water, phloem carries food. Okay, then finally you can see that transpiration, removal of water from the plant by through the stomata, that is called transpiration. I hope you all understand these contents. Thank you very much for watching my video.